And today is January the 11th, and today is National Learn Your Name in Morse Code Day. So that's what was happening on that video right before. I was flashing my name in Morse code. Now my wife is awesome, and she knows I love random things like this. So in our bathroom, which is where I'm at right now, I have a Morse code alphabet. So I want to show that to you guys real quick. So here is the Morse code alphabet. Now it's a series of dots and dashes, which are actually called a dit for the period, or the da for the dash. It's also known as a short or long, or short beep, long beep. So here's the phonetic alphabet. If you want to take a look at it, there's also numbers here at the bottom, and it's fun. My goal one day would be to memorize this whole thing. It's really cool. You know, we don't use it anymore, but we could if we needed to, so it'd always be nice to know. All right, so right here I wrote down my name in Morse code. This is D, this is A, that's R, R, E, N. And if you're wondering why are some of them dots and dashes and why some only have one or have multiple, well, what they did is they chose the numbers or the alphabetic letters that are used more often, like E for instance only has one dot because it's used all of the time. The things used less often, like a Z, has a combination of dots and dashes. So the simpler the dot, dash, or the long beep, short beep, it means that it is a letter that is used more often. Today is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. Now here's the deal. It's actually Human Trafficking Awareness Month, the whole entire month of January, but the reality of human trafficking is ridiculous. In the United States, there's human trafficking all over, and specifically where I live and where I work, it is one of the highest areas in the United States where human trafficking is happening. It tends to happen a lot around sports arenas and big event centers and all that. And I am in Anaheim, where there are multiple of them all within a mile of each other. So human trafficking is a massive, massive issue. And 68% of human trafficking is forced labor. But what's crazy, that is 20.9 million people around the globe are in some sort of human trafficking. Now, a quarter of those are children, which is, I mean, sick and all of that stuff, but over half of those are women or young girls. So human trafficking is such a sad reality that we live in, that is something that we need to deal with. And there's multiple organizations out there attacking it from all different directions. One of the ones that I like a lot, and I'll put links to a few different ones below, but one of the companies I've been following for a little while now is attacking human trafficking in a little bit of a different direction than a lot of companies, and they're doing it through fighting pornography. So there's a company called Porn Kills Love, or Fight the New Drug. You might have seen their shirts out there. They're getting pretty well known, but they're going after people basically by trying to get the facts out there and get people to understand that by supporting the pornography industry, we're also supporting the human trafficking industry, because they're really tied together. Not saying that everybody is involved in that and everybody who's in pornography is part of human trafficking, but it is a significant piece of the pornography industry. So if you are participating in it by watching it or in any shape or form, you are also fueling the human trafficking industry, and that's the reality of what's going on. You can find online right now, today specifically because it's Human Trafficking Awareness Day, it's on the news, it's all over the place, talking about, hey, what are some ways that you can recognize somebody who's being trafficked, or how do you approach somebody, or how do you have that conversation, or what can you do about it? And there's a lot of different ways, from supporting organizations that fight it to you getting out there and joining those organizations and stepping out and making a difference. So December was a big one. If you want to support somebody, I have somebody that I'll put a link below. You can support them on that. If you know somebody, or have seen somebody, or if you yourself are being trafficked, there is a helpline phone number for you. It's a resource center to help you out in that. The phone number is 1-888-373-7888. So here's the deal. learn your name in Morse code, get involved, get active, because we need to stop slavery that is happening today. More people are enslaved today than the thousands of years prior that we are so inclined to talk about in our history books. It's not like it ever stopped. It's happening right now just as much or more than it ever has. All right. Well, January 11th, remember, every day is a holiday.